brand new That Girl Lele is back.
Live with that next time!
And Thursday nights won't know what hit them.
You and I are an iconic duo. Is that like, isn't she the cutest?
She's got magic
Did you just freeze me?
on lock.
Whoa, look at that, a double freeze. I am good.
Don't miss That Girl Lele, Thursday nights at 7, only on Nickelodeon.
Ready? Lele Mambo number 5. Here we go. A little bit of Lele in my life, a little bit of Sadie by my side, a little bit of Trish is all I need, a little bit of Bryce is what I see, a little bit of Marky in the sun, a little bit of Gigi all night long, a little bit of Pastor Brown, here I am, a little bit of me makes the best fan. The Han chose John, D. Beck, Ron, Hurt, David Arnold. You can run, you can hide, you and me coming out the app. There goes my shit. Lele Mambo number 5. My foot hit the desk. Oh my God. Okay, so this season's off to a smashing start, as you can imagine. Oh my God, I'll pick this shit up after I'm done recording this. Like, good God. I knew it was going down because I saw my foot and I was doing the little Irish jig, hit the desk. I saw it hit the desk. Oh man. Okay, why don't we go in the man cave and do this shit? Okay, I wanted to first off display you guys, even if my foot never hits the desk, that I made up a Lele version of one of my favorite songs of all time, Mambo number 5, yeah, by Lou Bega. And before you ask, yeah, this summer, I recently made that shit up like Jamie McMurray. So I wanted to start off the season and the reaction videos by making that. So by singing you guys that version and putting it on display. But now before we jump into this, I wanted to warn you, like Ward Burton, how the original game plan for today, for the season 2 premiere, which turned out to be the Steve Park Rusty Wallace installment combined into an hour-long episode, I was going to do this outside like normal. Next week we get to death. Starting next week, we'll do it. Starting next week and every Thursday after that, we're going to do it. But since it was an hour long, considering if I would have tried the original game plan or watching it live as it happened for an hour, then I would have only had 1 hour to be outside, so there wasn't going to be enough time. Plus, I promised one of the boys that you saw when one of my the latest video I uploaded. Shit, I forgot to put all the channels and Instagrams we shouted out. YouTube channels and Instagram accounts that we shouted out in that video. Well, I stink it up like Terry Labonte at, putting stuff in the description that I mentioned in the video. I don't do a good job of it. So I do it, but not consistently enough. So I need to work on that. But anyway, so I promised him I'd do a video today, and we just didn't do anything like major. We just took a little walk, and then I can't tell you what we all recorded after that. And it's something we didn't have in the bingo cards today. So you're going to see it on YouTube after this Lele video that I put out there. And then before I put it on Instagram, I'm going to go and jump in the shower. I'm going to go jump in the shower, drink some ice cold Coke, and have some Tony Roma's baby back ribs with Casey Masterpiece for my dinner. So therefore, I wanted to make sure I stayed committed to my plans for that boy, Nathan. And turns out we recorded another YouTube video that I did not have on my bingo card stain. It was not what any of us had in mind. So you'll see it after this one. So I just wanted to clarify as to why the reaction videos weren't outside today. But next week and beyond, every Thursday next week and beyond will be. So David A. Arnold, whose Netflix special I attended in person this winter, is coming out Tuesday. So John D. Beck, Ron Hart, Will Powerpacker, Wendy Ferrone, Natalie Van Doren, I probably won't be able to tag or mention everybody because they don't. Twitter and Instagram allows you to only tag so many, certain amount of people. So you know who you are. So anyway, now let's jump into the episode. So the Steve Park, Rusty Wallace installment back to back combined to make a whole hour episode instead of like two separate 30-minute episodes, which I'd rather have this and, combining two different episodes. Like, why can't the shows, like, have, if they're going to do a two-part, at least do one half of the episode for part one and make the other half, make it a whole episode. Not like just, don't count it as two different episodes. I mean, this is not a shot at, like, Nickelodeon, Lele, but just, like, the networks in general. Because when I wrote Lab Rats fanfics, we did, like, episodes like that. We made sure, if it was two parts, it'd be part one would be one half, and then part two would be the second half. Put all together, it's one whole episode. Or if we did when they did Lab Rats fanfics, for example, if there was a four-parter, we'd put the first two parts together for the first half, and the last two parts together for the second half, make one whole episode. In case if it was if that shit was actually on TV. And then they would actually put the all four parts together and make it like a whole hour episode, like, splitting it into parts never happened. But that's something that the TV network should consider. But I don't make that call. The honchos at Nick do, the honchos at Disney Channel, which you're going to deal with tomorrow. The honchos at ABC, CBS, and Fox do, which is what we're going to deal with when summer ends. And when we get to Adventures in Autumn and Winter Wonderland. So, okay, now let's jump in the episode for real this time. The Steve Park, Rusty Wallace installment combined to make one whole hour-long episode. So Marky figured out the secret, as we all know, from the season 1 cliffhanger. So we knew that. So Marky only agreed to have the secret safe with them if they did what he said. So, and it was tough, but they managed to work it out. And Lele glitching, I swear to God, you know how in Villains of Valley View, which is what we're going to deal with tomorrow night, you know how on Villains of Valley View, how, Amy and her family's secret, it was really kept on the D-low deeper than Lele's secret, and how many Kyle Petty close calls there have been in Villains of Valley View so far, and I think there's been very few little Kyle Petty close calls on Ultraviolet and the Black Scorpion with Violet's secret and Cruz's secret. Well, how many Kyle Petty close calls were there for between with Lele's secret with Bryce and Trish? Could you see how many times they came close to exposing her? Like, good God, they came really close to exposing her. I don't know how they never figured that shit out. It's beyond me. It's like, wow, it's beyond me. And considering it, I don't know how they managed to get that fixed. I don't know how they managed to get her fixed before they got on stage to perform. And luckily, Bryce and Trish's speeches were long enough to the point where it gave Marky and Sadie enough time to fix up Lele before it was time for them to sing. And luckily, they got it fixed in time before they sung. And I know Joey Bragg character did a valiant effort to help out, even though he really didn't know what was actually going on. Because I don't know how, because John D. Beck and Ron Hart have worked with Joey Bragg before on Liv and Maddie. So as we all know, that's how I met John and Ron to begin with, through Chris Peterson and Brian Moore on Twitter on my old account a month after my Kenny Wallace 23rd birthday, and when Liv and Maddie successfully ended their successful run. So yeah, that's what gave me, Night Squad, and that's what gave me Side Hustle, that's what gave me That Girl Lele, and that's what gave me David Arnold. So, and lots of honor to meet Anna Grace and that whole family. So, and I can't forget, David's family who helped him get this far with the Lele stuff and how far he's on his career in general. Julie Harkness Arnold, who they just recently celebrated, I think was the Jeremy Mayfield 19th wedding anniversary, I believe it was. I think it was. Yeah, 19th anniversary of wedding. Congratulations, David and Julie. And I did friend both David and Julie on Facebook, but they haven't responded. But if I get added back on Facebook by Julie, I'd be happy, but for David, because I love the guy so much, I'd lose my shit. But then, of course, gotta give a shout out to Barbara, his mom, Anna Grace, and Ashlyn's grandmother, who I got to meet at David's show this winter. And it's funny how I walked in the suite to meet Anna Grace and get a picture with her check it off my bucket list, my first person from any of my favorite shows I got to meet. And not only, I mean, that whole family, Barbara, Devaki, I can't remember who else was in there. I don't know if Julie was in there. I know Ashlyn took off and, missed me because she went downstairs, but that whole family that was in there at the time, they already knew me, so it was a badge of honor. They knew me, already knew me in person when I walked in the suite to take a picture with Anna Grace and chat with her and hug her. I was like, they knew. And my dad was watching it happen. Was like so surprised that whole family already knew who I was. So kudos to the Arnold family. Much love to them for kind of changing my life the way, I mean, my life was already changed with Lab Rats, Chris and Brian, but John D. Beck, Ron Hart, David Arnold, and David's whole family changed it even farther than it already was with Chris and Brian. But, wow, I mean, what was I saying about the episode? Oh, yeah, so, therefore, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Jesus Christ. Okay, I did forget what I was going to say, but now I remember. But John D. Beck has known Joey Bragg a long time since, they were young. And I don't know how they managed in character, Joey Bragg, to, in character, not get suspicious about what the hell was going on with Lele in the back in the kitchen. But, man, hey, I bet you John, Ron, David, Julie, and the honchos, Wendy, Will, Power Packer, and all the honchos at Lele and Nickelodeon in general pay Joey Bragg millions of dollars. These actors get paid millions of dollars to make this shit look real, obviously. But I bet you the Lele honchos and the Nick honchos paid millions of dollars to perfectly stage that, because in real life, even if all this magic and shit was real, people would get suspicious. So we all know, but that's why they say it's just TV, and they're not wrong. When people are not wrong when they say that. So, yeah. And I'm surprised that as Kurt Ella, yeah, I still got to finish Side Hustle and Danger Force. So when it rains again, I think it's going to rain Monday, so I'm going to finish it then. But yeah, but and on Sunday, if it rains, I'll watch the New England 300 at Loudon, New Hampshire like normal. And maybe on Tuesday, the next night's day, we'll do Anna Grace Barlow's birthday tribute then. So, yeah, we might have to push it to Tuesday or something, which I'm going to be disappointed that I have to watch New Hampshire, even though that race will probably not even be any good anyway. But, yeah, I mean, that's why it's just TV. So, but, okay, the scaring part. Okay, so I know they did a couple of simple scare tactics to scare Lele out of her little thingamajig mode. I can't remember the mode it was in. It was the mode that she was set in when she was still in the phone, events before the series. And the only way they did it kind of startled me too, but I tried to keep my composure because I don't want to scare my grandparents who were above me. So oh my God, Marky shaved off his eyebrows with the Insta shave. Not only did it scare Lele, it scared Sadie even. That's the shit that made it work. That's the shit that made it work. So it was a miracle that they had that shit fixed that way. And I love it when Lele was speaking in Spanish. I mean, did Ricky Martin teach her it? No, I'm just kidding. I was like, hey, Spanish, hell yeah. But then I remind myself, Mark, Spanish is awesome. I think it's better than English, but there's a time and a place for that, and this is not it. We have to get that Lele shit fixed. So I swear, man, if Lele met me in person and I swore around her and or in front of her, I could hear her just telling me, Mark, you sound like my boss, David. We hit with the language or whatever. Your potty mouth you make your potty mouth make you sound like my boss David. I could see Lele saying that to me if I were to say a bad word in front of her. And she did. I would not be surprised, but yeah, I got my foul mouth from my dad who took me to see David's show in January, and when we filmed it in January. Man, I'm glad that the Lele is back. I'm so glad it's back. And I thought the whole deal with Trish and Bryce was going to backfire, but somehow it all worked out in the end. And Well, there's really not much else to cover. I mean, there was a nice, calm, collected, quiet premiere, and not many of the recurring characters appear. There was no Tiffany, no Gigi, even though Anna Grace is going to be tagged anyway because I mentioned her character in the Mambo Number 5 Lele song. But what else is there to talk about in this episode? So tomorrow we shift gears in one day from Nickelodeon to Disney Channel. So we got bumped the Mark Martin installment, and then the Dale Jr. installment of Village of Valley View, and Ultraviolet and Black Scorpion. Friday, hopefully tomorrow before that, I could probably upload something. I could probably figure something out. Saturday, Poker Game Night episode 3. Sunday, here's little game plans. If the weather holds together on Sunday, then we'll say fuck the New England 300 New Hampshire, and we'll make Anna Grace Barlow's jumbo-sized birthday tribute. But for some reason, if it happens to rain, then we're not going to have a choice, so we might as well watch the race on Sunday if it rains, and we'll maybe do a reaction video for the New England 300, so maybe we'll do that. And then Monday, we'll just probably going to rain most of the day. We'll go back to work because I decided to give myself the rest of the week off. So Monday, we'll probably watch, finish up Danger Force and Side Hustle. And then Tuesday, since it's going to be nice, So depending on the weather, Sunday, Anna Grace Barlow's jumbo-sized birthday tribute is going to be Sunday if the weather stays away, or Tuesday if it rains Sunday, meaning we'll just do the race Sunday instead. So therefore, I need to jump in the shower. My mouth is calling for some drink, and my mouth is getting a little kind of dry, feels kind of dry here. So it's asking for some liquid, so I'm going to skip. I'll probably drink some of the water in the shower, if anything. But anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. So have a good night. And this is the third time I get to do my whole outro speech. Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Life will give you a lot of lows, but when you hit a high, enjoy it. This for you, David. It ain't for the weak. Goddamn. And here's the rest. Be you. You have to try harder to do less. You can't deport a dream. Sometimes the worst things in life lead to the best things. Always bet on the side of love. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Sometimes you just got to be present. You never fail until you stop trying, and it never pays to worry too much about things. So take care, everyone. Good night. And it's so good to have Lele back. So remember the upload schedule that I brought to you guys yesterday. So, and tonight after I'm done showering and after I'm done uploading this and showering, and before I eat my dinner while I'm drinking my Coke, stay tuned for a special surprise, mini banger video that we didn't have on the bingo cards for tonight. So, see you later, everyone.